Hey friends, hey, I have a question for you today, and I really like this question. Do you like pickles? Yeah, I do. I love pickles, and I brought several kinds of pickles with me that I really liked from my house that soon will be gone. But I have some bread and butter pickles here, which are really, really good, and some dill pickles, which are some of my favorites. So I have another question. Did you ever try to get into a pickle jar? No? You've never tried to get in a pickle jar like this? Do you think you could fit into a pickle jar? Well, these are large dill pickles, but yeah, you're right. It would be hard to get into the jar, and it would be hard to um, be like that pickle. Did you ever hear someone say they're in a pickle? Now, how can somebody get into a pickle? Really? So why would somebody say that they are in a pickle? Well, like many of the phrases that we've been talking about lately, there is another meaning to being in a pickle rather than just being in a pickle. In a pickle refers to somebody who has ended up in a rather difficult situation. An example of being in a pickle could be this. Let's see. I can't believe how Sam asked two different girls to the dance. I think you could safely say that Sam is in a pickle, right? Sam's in lots of trouble because he's asked two girls to the dance. What is he going to do when they find out that he's asked both of them? Oh, Sam is in a trouble. Or if you like baseball, if a runner gets caught between the bases in a rundown between first and second or second and third, and the other players are throwing the ball back and forth trying to get him out, they say that he is in a pickle. That's right, he's in trouble. He's in a dilemma. Being in a pickle, that phrase has origins that go back several hundred years. Because years and years and years ago, back then, the word pickle referred to a sauce or a stew that contained many different types of vegetables which were all mixed together. It was a pickle for all of them to be mixed together. Sort of like chow chow. If you know what chow chow is, and if you like to eat chow chow, I would imagine that that would be like what a pickle looks like. As a result, it became known that if somebody was in a pickle, it meant they were in a very mixed up situation. So, if we hear someone today say they are in a pickle, it means they have a dilemma or a problem that might take some time to figure or work out. So, what should we do when we get into a pickle or a situation that seems really mixed up? Well, there are several things that we can do. We can ask for help, maybe from some of the wise people who are around us, people who are like advisors or counselors. Proverbs 15:22 says, plans fail without good advice, but they succeed when there are many advisors. Another version says, in the multitude of counselors, there is wisdom. So if we are in a pickle, it might be good to ask somebody else for help. How can I get out of this situation that I found myself in? Do you have any advice? And we can also go to God as well. He welcomes our requests for help from Him. Psalm 34, verse 6 says, this man called out, and the Lord heard him. He saved him out of all of his trouble. Psalm 46:1, God is our place of safety. He gives us strength. He is always there to help us in times of trouble. Psalm 145, verse 18 says, the Lord is ready to help all those who call out to Him. He helps those who really mean it when they call out to Him. Nahum 1:7 says, the Lord is good. When people are in trouble, they can go to Him for safety. He takes good care of those who trust in Him. I like that. The Lord is good, and so He helps us out. And it is good to remember that when we are in a pickle, it does not separate us from God. It can never separate us from God. He is always with us. Romans 8:35 says, who can separate us from Christ's love? Can trouble or hard times or harm or anger? Can nakedness or danger or war? Yeah, none of those can separate us from God's love. The answer is nothing can separate us from God's love. I get encouragement from knowing that God is always with me, even if I am in a pickle. If I'm in a situation where I need some help, I need some advice, I need some wisdom from other people, I also know that God is with me and He still loves me even if I'm in trouble. Psalm 59, verse 16 says, I will sing about your strength. In the morning, I will sing about your love. For you, God, are like a fort to me. You keep me safe in times of trouble. So, if you ever find yourself in a pickle, in a time of confusion, or a time of trouble, or a time when you're not sure what to do, know that you can trust God. You can ask others for help, but there are always ways to get out of the pickle that we may be in. So today, I wish for you a day filled with goodness, with God's love, and with peace.